Has everyone read the minutes?
Which one of you asked about the street parking at 165? I know you both talked about it.
I don't even remember talking about it.
No, I didn't either. I was wondering what about that.
What were we talking about?
Parking on the wrong side, on the corner down there.
But I asked about that.
Yeah, so I think, so that was,
I didn't know that was the address.
yeah. So I moved to accept them with the change of adding, unless you want to add, unless you want to do it.
No, go ahead.
Council member width to the top and changing council member Dodge to council member width as far as ask for clarification on parking along the corner between 203 and 165.
I'll second.
All in favor? Passes. Has everyone looked at those details?
Can we approve the other minutes?
Oh. Yeah, you want to do that, Vicki?
I move that we accept the minutes from the executive meeting on October 4th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I wasn't here, so I can't.
Passes.
I know I've asked this before, but Smith Loveless,
That's where I was headed.
that,
It's
it's,
wastewater plant,
okay,
wastewater plant.
okay, you see why, yeah, it's just,
If the name is totally,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
it does
weird.
not seem like, an
Right.
engineering manufacturing firm.
I thought
well,
was-
it seems like a manufacturing firm or something.
So that was for a new compressor primer pump. Lift station number 1 was plugged with a t-shirt. And it caused the air compressor to stay on and keep trying to prime, and so it ended up burning the compressor out because it could never prime itself because it was clogged with a knotted up, wadded up t-shirt. And so I used my spare to get it going again. Frank and I took it off and then we used my spare. So I ordered another spare to have on hand, so that's
Good idea.
what it was for.
So how did the t-shirt even?
Someone flushed it down the toilet. Yeah.
Now you know why Richard was going topless.
I'm gonna say it was a blend, a poly blend, because I think cotton would have ripped, but
Mhm.
this thing was just like bound up in the propeller.
So maybe you were going topless. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes, or the payables for, whatever it says at the top.
I'll second it.
October, today's October 11th.
All in favor? Passes.
First no date on that, for September's. That's funny.
Has everybody read about Charlie?
Okay, so Stillman sent the agreement, contract, if you will, for our wastewater collection study last week. And so when I got that, I sent it to Ken for review, just like we do for everything else. And Ken sent back some concerns with the contract, which I sent to all of you today. And so I sent Ken's email and letter to Stillman, and then Stillman addressed them in the printout that I just gave everybody. That has the yellow highlighter on the top. So on all those numbers is where he addressed Ken's concerns. So I, obviously, since I just printed this out, I have not sent it back to Ken for review with Stillman's comments. So, like Stillman says, if you want, you can authorize the mayor to sign the agreement pending Ken's approval, or we can table the whole shooting match until.
I think we've got to have a lawyer check it before we do any signing. Make sure that it's all written up right. If it wrote up with one thing that wrote up wrong, well then they can throw a wrench in the whole thing.
I move to table it until after Ken has got a final draft for us.
Until he can review it again.
Yes. So you can review it again.
So is that okay with Keller?
That's what Stillman said.
Well, we gotta make sure everything wrote up right. or
I just didn't know whether we could
don't.
approve for you to sign it after we approved it.
Well,
You can if you wish, but if you would rather wait until November, you can too.
Well, if it doesn't make any difference, time-wise, I guess it doesn't make any difference. Yeah.
do we, let the lawyer read it?
Yeah, I think we should have the lawyer
Yeah.
read it.
But if he likes it,
Yeah.
we're good to go right then and there, right?
I would think so, if he says it's okay.
If you give the mayor permission to sign pending Ken's approval today, you can.
Right.
Otherwise, we have to put it on the agenda again in November.
Well,
I'm with pending approval, but do we have a motion already for, does it matter?
Well, there is a motion, but if there's no second, then the motion fails.
I
And then
motion,
somebody else can re-motion.
we let the mayor sign pending Ken's approval.
I second it.
All in favor? Passes. Disagree? Passes.
I just have to be difficult.
Well, I mean,
That's my
want to
job,
make
though.
sure that this is right.
He's sitting too close to you.
Vicki, did you second?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
He's doing that right now. Okay, right there.
Okay, let's, I guess we can sign this before people. Are we ready to move on? Are we, let me see, we're on number 4. Council consider adopt resolution 2022-04, record retention schedule.
So when I was at our conference last month, they reminded us that we needed to have this resolution, or policy adopted. So I went back and looked at our resolutions, and the city council did adopt one, I think in '07, don't quote me on that, but it's been many years ago. Basically with the same wording, however, there was no actual schedule attached. So like that big old huge hunk of thing that's at the end of that resolution that lists basically every amount of paperwork that we could ever have, and it says how long we need to keep it. So, and for all intents and purposes, I guess we don't have one because it just isn't, it isn't with the resolution, it isn't in the office, I don't know where it is. So, this resolution and the schedule comes straight from AIC. It's the most updated one, I just got it from Justin Ruin, down there, so it's something that once we adopt it, then we can go through a huge backlog of papers everywhere and sort through things that can be trashed or set aside because they're forever, or we need to keep them a little bit longer, or so on and so forth, and you can get rid of some stuff that way. Of course, course, everything that we do destroy would be run through council first. So you would know exactly what it is that is, it's basically time to destroy, and you would say yea or nay before that happens.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-04.
I second.
All in favor? Passes. We need to get an extended warranty on our new truck.
So we got some prices on an extended warranty and a maintenance plan. The extended warranty is 7-year, 75,000 miles, and it's $100 deductible, and here's kind of what it covers. Whole bunch of stuff. Being a diesel engine, if you guys want to pass that around, is probably not a bad thing to have with that, with all the computer chips and everything. We talked about a maintenance plan before when we were looking at the new truck, and the maintenance plan, I don't know, it's very expensive. It's also 7 years, 75,000 miles. You gotta put at least 10,000 miles a year on it to do that, and I don't know if we're gonna do that.
We won't put that many miles on it.
Yeah, so I don't know that really, and this is what it all covers, and these are the things that it covers as far as on the service thing. I think that if we just do a spring service and fall service like we were planning on, maybe at the dealership, instead of paying the $42.80 for that, and the guy was saying that he's not sure, like, if we could still do our 2 services even if we don't put the mileage on or not, so I don't know that the service package is really worth as much as like we'd originally thought. You know, the extended warranty might be something to consider.
Doesn't it come with some warranty on it already? What does it come with?
3-year 36, but that does not cover anything consumable, so like tires, brakes, none of that. And yeah, so like basically like a regular car. I think the diesel engine does come with certain things, powertrain, you know, usually 5-year, 100,000. That's something we would have to double check on because it's a fleet commercial vehicle essentially, but I think that's what it comes with.
That seemed like that's what he told me.
Yeah. But that extended warranty will cover, like, the powertrain warranty only covers certain things with the motor, certain things with the transmission.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong with the motor, they have to take the cab off. That's the easiest way to get to the motor. So that can be very pricey, so.
So how much is the,
There's a post-it note on the front of each pamphlet.
let's see. Wow, quite a difference.
Well, each package is that. So one package is the maintenance and one package is the extended warranty. The thing with the extended warranty is it does come with a $100 deductible. So after all of the factory warranties have expired, then, you know, you take it in, it's $100 to fix whatever's wrong with it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that seems really reasonable for a $100,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm replacing the shocks on my car, and it's more than that right now. My air shocks.
Yeah.
It's shocking, but,
No pun intended.
but I mean, that seems like a very small amount on that expensive of a vehicle.
Well, that's it, you know, I bought a few new rigs and you need warranty on it because you don't know, you know, every little thing can happen.
So anyway, that's the information that we found out. I don't think the maintenance plan is worth the money because 2 times a year, you know.
So there won't be many miles put on it in a year's time.
No.
Be lucky to put 3,000 on it in a year's time.
Yeah, I mean, if,
Well, the thing with that, so that pickup has diesel exhaust fluid. So the recommendation is, there's a way to check the gauge to tell you how full it is to run it down and then fill it back up. So don't, like, when it's half or 3/4, don't fill it up. You wanna run it down, because if that stuff sits in there, it's gonna crystallize. So you're gonna wanna drive it X amount, and you're gonna wanna drive it down the highway, you know, to burn so it'll regenerate. That's part of the emissions thing. So there's a few things. I mean, we are gonna have to drive it more than we drove the other one, but it's still not gonna get, you know, all that mileage on it.
Drive it to Kendrick and back just for exercise.
Yeah, well, and I will probably do a little more sludge wasting than I did before.
Yeah, it's got a real nice bed and a real nice tarp on it.
You know, I don't have to let that get full again, I can just keep going as it goes, you know, every 2 months or whatever.
Yeah, so we just need to drive it just to, you know, make sure that we burn that DEF fluid out and then, you know, fill it back up.
Okay.
So what is everybody's thought on all of that information?
Whatever needs to be done.
Yeah, whatever needs.
My motion, we go with the extended warranty, purchase the extended warranty.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Passes. Well, look like we're down to you, Justin.
Okay, I have a few things. So tomorrow morning, I have a meeting with Charles Berg at 10 o'clock. He has a drainage sort of question about down here on the corner of Water Street and 2nd Street. The culvert is emptying, he says, onto his property, but that's not what it says on the parcel viewer. It says it's city property, but I will meet with him tomorrow. I will not promise him anything. I will just review the facts, and I will tell him he needs to come to city council if he wants anything done. Okay? Does everybody agree with that?
Down on the corner.
Yeah. I went down there when it was raining, and it was making a river, but it was going down and then over onto city property. It wasn't hitting his property at all, so I don't know what he's concerned
I
about.
kind of dug a ditch along that, so it
Yeah.
go around his place.
Yeah, I saw that, so,
And, you know,
Anyway,
I don't know what else you can do.
yeah. Well,
Water
I'm sure
run-
he has ideas.
Water runs downhill.
Okay, so I got that tomorrow, and then I'm still taking extra labs to Aditech for the wastewater engineering plans. So I'm on, I think, number 5 out of 10. And I'm gonna confirm with Stillman that he still needs 10 because it seems like a lot of extra for every week. They're the same, the numbers are the same. The DEQ talked to Wendy and I about the TOC levels that we're posting on the back of the bill statements. So they have ideas, and then when Josh and I went to the training in Orfino, that guy had some ideas about how to reduce our TOC level. And one of their ideas is just raise our TOC limit so we're not violating every month. So that would be nice. So I'm getting emails and we're working on that. The new sewer camera is here, and Jake and I trained on it for 3 hours last week. It also has a locator, so it's a lot more sensitive than our other locator. Our other locator is still good, but this one has 3 different modes with, I mean, it's really high tech. But anyway, we trained on that, and we'll be able to use it. I'm checking on Christmas lights. I haven't heard anything about if we're having a lighting thing this year or if we're not. So I want to get started on those early because some of the big ones I'm going to have to wrap with new lights. They're kind of burnt out. Mike Boyer told me that he is possibly retiring from the Baseball Association because he no longer has kids in high school. So our contact with what goes on down at the park will be changing, and hopefully they have a new president that will be as active as Mike. So he gave me a sprayer, his sprayer of his 4-wheeler, so I need to spray the park and the fields before like next weekend. And I think that was it. I I know that Vicki has something and I wrote it down, but I'll let her tell you.
Well, it's just that the school parking lot needs to be bladed or something, because there's, where the water comes down where we park, if you step in any of those ditches, you're gonna break your foot.
It's the big parking lot there.
No, right by Barb Farrington's house.
Right across.
Right
Oh,
across,
there
right.
across the street.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's where the water comes down and there's really,
Yeah,
thick. So I told him that the school's gonna be out on the 29th. We're not gonna have any school that day, so he could do something then, or if he wants to do it a different day, just let us know, and we'll park in the big parking lot so that we could.
It's a Saturday?
28th,
Oh, 28th.
no school to 28?
28th, yes.
Well, and I told Vicki I could go with after school, because I'm not out till 4, so if the cars aren't there right up close to
But
4.
sometimes they are, because unless on Friday, because they have the after-school program.
Oh,
And they're there till 5:15, so.
Okay.
Yeah, they're there pretty late.
So that's the only thing I have.
Nick's neighbor came and talked to me the other day about, Jeff Grell's property. So we need to figure out what we're gonna do with that, if there's anything else we can do. There's too many cars and too much going on, so they're concerned about it. You weren't home, so he came to me. Garrett Webb.
He caught me on Sunday and said that he stopped by he was asking about woodworking stuff. He never saw, I just assumed that's what he wanted when he said he stopped by on Saturday, but I wasn't home.
So there's concern with that again, and it is a mess.
Which neighbor was it?
Garrett Webb.
No, it's
Oh,
in Browning's old place.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah. So when was the last time, I mean, I don't remember what we did last time or how long ago it's been, but I have no idea. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Sometimes I think he's cleaning it up, you see him moving things, and then it's like he
It's like a bomb went off.
moves it around and brings in more, it's just.
Well, and the other day when I drove by, he had another vehicle in the neighbor's parking lot, the parking area. It's just like it keeps extending further and further down the road. I don't
I'll
know.
talk to him.
Jeffrey knows he should clean it up.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I thought maybe when they were getting a new roof on and they were starting to be able to clean things up.
Yeah.
We should enforce ordinances, what we should do.
Yeah.
We've gone there, and I think the police have been there to talk to him, and.
That's what I advised Garrett. I said, contact Layton County
Yeah.
first, so don't bring it up to council, but anyway, that's all I got.
So, I got a couple things. The new truck is here. The blade will be finished being installed Thursday or Friday. It's up in Spokane right now, getting that done. And I don't know if anybody, like, I have to go to Spokane this weekend, so I can pick it up if nobody else, So, I don't want anybody to think that I'm just taking control. So I'm just trying to help out. I know that you're a kind of one-man show right now, Justin, so I'm just trying to get that all taken care of for you, so it's all ready for you.
I appreciate it. Totally.
Okay, so that being said, there's a few things that we need. We're gonna need some tire chains for it. I got written down what it's,
Okay,
so I can just give it to you, and then a strobe light for the top of the cab.
okay.
But it has to be a stick-on one, because that cab is aluminum, so a magnet one won't work.
Oh, a magnet one won't work. Okay.
No, the cab is aluminum.
I wonder if we can modify, because I have an extra one out here that was on my truck. It's a magnet one, but I wonder if we could just somehow stick it on, I don't know.
It's not gonna stick to the aluminum. You might be able, and the bed is metal, but when you raise the bed,
Oh, yeah.
so.
Okay, well, we'll find one.
Yeah, and there's some switches in the cab that are wired underneath the hood, so we can just wire it up, and then you just flip the switches in the cab. So that'll be easy, and you're gonna want running boards, because that thing's tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need
I
at least a ring.
had to jump up into it, so if you stick around a few minutes, I'll give you the
I know,
list.
when I looked at it down there and all, I said, I'm probably as agile as anybody, and, you gotta kind of,
Yeah, you're gonna want some kind of running board or step. for sure.
Yeah, you need a step.
Yeah.
You can make
Step.
them
You'll also, we need to get some D-rings welded into the inside of the bed
Okay,
for when it comes back to attach the spreader.
okay,
And then we're also gonna have to take the tailgate off before it goes back for the spreader in November. And I can show you how to take all that off.
okay.
Also, I think that we should have like a certain section here at City Hall for keys for the tractor, the dump truck, you know, like a set here and then a set maybe at the city shop or something, wherever the truck is parked. So so you guys don't have to carry all of the keys and some come up missing, like I think it's happened in the
We
past.
have a key area in here.
Yeah,
It's a board that has all the keys for the library in here
yeah.
and the truck keys.
Well, and it might not be a bad idea to have one down at
Down
city
the
shop. So if,
Okay,
you know, like the backhoe's parked down there, or the new truck's parked down there, you can just throw it in there, and then, you know, then we're good there. As far as the lighting goes, I haven't got confirmation from TDS as when they're gonna be available to decorate,
oh, okay,
because they're, hoping to get them to help us again this year with, you know, with the bucket truck and stuff. So that will be coming up in the next couple weekends, so we are gonna push through
Okay.
with it'll be the 20th of November.
okay.
I think we did it at 5 o'clock is what we normally do it at.
When did we do it?
It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, it's the 20th this year. And I think it's at 5, yeah.
20th of November?
Will be the lighting
Right.
ceremony,
Right.
yeah. But I'll let everybody know when we start, when we're able to kind of get things gathered up to decorate. I know we have a lot of lights upstairs, and I have some still of the 500-foot roll that I bought last year, that I can donate some more if we need some more strands or whatever. They just gotta get the bulbs to
Okay.
screw in. So I don't know what you need for across, what are you thinking for across the light poles and stuff?
Well, so the ones with all of the tinsel on them, those bulbs, they're the old screw-in bulbs, and you can replace them, but I thought just getting colored strands and then just wrapping them, the same like green lights, red lights, whatever, wrapping them through there, LED ones or something, it'd kind of update them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the old bulb lights are starting to look a little dated. I like them, but they may not be, they don't look fresh, like,
Right.
They don't show up as well.
yeah, they don't.
Right,
Yeah, so maybe something fresh. I mean, like the snowmen with the rope lights, those really stand
yeah.
out now. They really look fresher.
Mhm.
So I was just thinking getting, I probably don't need, there's only 2, 4, I think there's only 8 of those lights anyway, so, or 8 of those, so.
So are you thinking of restringing those, or just getting new strings to go?
Just getting new strings and just kind of wrapping through the tinsel, and then not plugging the other ones in because,
Right.
yeah.
So we have some cords upstairs that we made, that if you need some of that, like I said, I still have a few hundred feet, I think at least 200 feet in my shop that I bought last year. So if you want to look at that, or if you want to swing by and look and see if that'll work for you, I'm willing to donate that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the newsletter submission deadline is Saturday. We're gonna put something about the light park.
Okay, so it will be November 20th at 5, and then Miranda and I are just gonna donate to Coco, and all proceeds, if people want to donate for it, go to the light park thing. So we'll just handle all that, and then all that money just goes back to the lights for the park.
Okay.
And I'm not sure I know we've been in communication about the dancers and stuff, so I'm not sure what's all going on there, or I haven't reached out to the choir, because it's still been haven't been thinking of Christmas, because it's been kind of warm.
Right?
I know, but then I
Yeah.
saw those Christmas lights down there the other day when I was moving boards around, like, oh my God, it's already October, like, I've been
Yeah.
putting up Halloween lights, like, oh my gosh.
I got a memory on my phone that came up when we were decorating the park.
Yeah, normally
Yeah.
we start like this weekend.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, but like I said, I haven't got confirmation from when TDS is available.
Okay. Is Matt Anderson still working as our local guy?
I believe so.
Well, he's an office boy.
But see, Dick said he moved into the office now,
Oh.
but I don't know.
I thought I
haven't
saw
seen
him, I saw a truck that looked like his, but I don't know if it was him
I
driving.
just saw him in his truck.
Oh, you saw him in the truck?
Yeah.
He drove his
With
truck up
Dave
the
or-
road.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he still has his truck, but he's still an office boy.
Okay, well, yeah, so he may not be able to help us, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, if we can get him and Robert or whatever, I mean, that'll definitely go
Yeah.
faster. That's all I have.
Okay, can we please continue the messaging about the yard waste bins? That's great. And also, I think the city, just through the what's happening and maybe Facebook and so forth, and continue reaching out to the public. Water Street is especially bad. I've noticed that the air quality's been a little better above Water Street. Water Street, there's a couple culprits who like to burn toxic leaves and stuff, and it settles down there. And also, I believe that the city is at a point where we need to discuss with Ken, our city attorney, how to enforce our ordinances. Because if we're continuously getting the same concerns, and we know they exist, I'm not even 100% sure that it doesn't violate the constitutional rights of residents to require that they deal with it with the sheriff's department. Because that's not what the statutes say. So I think we should talk to Ken about the best way to enforce our ordinances if we don't know how to do it.
The only way we can enforce ordinances is to have someone that we hire to enforce the ordinances.
But the mayor's responsibility, statutory responsibility, is to, quote, ensure that ordinances are enforced. So if,
And currently, they would be enforced by the Latah County Sheriff's Office.
but it's not necessarily the resident's responsibility to be the one who communicates it.
It is. I have been talked to by them several times that if someone sees something or has an issue with something, they don't want to hear it from me or anybody else. They want to hear it from the person who has experienced it or seen it or whatever the case is.
And yet the same issues continue. So I think we need to confirm with our attorney what our options are. If we can't afford, we have to ensure that the ordinances are enforced. So perhaps it is Latah County Sheriff's fault.
I think it is.
But then what do we do next? Does the city write a letter to the Attorney General? What do we do next? But I heard the whole council say, we don't know what to do. Well, it's our job to do it though, so we need to find out what to do.
We can invite Sheriff Ritchie to the next
Yeah.
meeting, because I know he's come down
Yeah,
before,
You'll come down.
and tell him that, they're not doing what they're,
Perhaps we could still confirm with Ken what our options are, so that we have a better understanding when we talk to Sheriff Ritchie.
we can have both here.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Do you have anything, Wendy?
No, I don't.
I guess that's it.
What about Mike?
Mike.
No, I don't have any.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.